What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Charlie Savage, and today I hope you're all having a fantastic day. But I'm here to talk about how PlayStation can fix PS Plus Premium. And believe me, I know I'm going to be stating a lot of the obvious, so let's get that out of the way first. But I just wanted to acknowledge that I primarily make this video because my videos about Ratchet and Clank and the 20th anniversary have done so well. First off, thank you to Insomniac for adding that cool stuff to Rift Apart. PlayStation. Apparently people still can't get PS5s. I don't know. I don't go outside. I'm joking. But in all seriousness, they did a fantastic job with those new armor sets that are all references, if not direct armors from old games, plus the Clank one. I really do appreciate that from Insomniac, and I think that's like a fun little way to celebrate. And I'm glad they added the games on the PS3 streaming service, the remastered ones, right? I'm glad those are there. But I gotta say, to a lot of their consumer base, that doesn't mean a whole lot. Because even here in the United States, in the Midwest, internet speed's still not great. Like, just trying to play things and then there's still sometimes being lag when it's like a single player game is like frustrating. And I get it. I think that, to a degree, I think it is a little overblown. I think a lot of people, myself included, don't play that many games on it. I tried it. It worked pretty well. It was almost indistinguishable. Granted, I was playing, Infamous. And I still need to test those, and I think I'll probably make that my next video. But the skinny of it, people want to download these games. That's the biggest one. Like, I don't care how big the data is that we need to, but it's got to be something to improve it. Because, I mean, at the end of the day, it's rough. And I think PlayStation Plus Premium, specifically as a tier, is the least value. Because at that point, why not just get extra if you're not going to stream? Like, yeah, there's some old games, but if you're like me and you want to play the Jak and Daxter games, by God, you bought those on the PS4 way back when. And, there just hasn't been a whole lot new. And I'm hoping they change that, this month or next month or whatever. Recently, it's leaked that, Star Wars Battlefront 2 on the PSP is going to be on there. And a lot of people are like, oh, why is it not the PS2 version? Or why is it just not a port of the PS or the PC version? Which, first off, I agree with the critique. It's entirely correct. But I'm going to tell you the reason, and it's because that's still on the PSP storefront. Like, if you own that game, you can hit downloads on Vita, and you can scroll, and you can be like, wow, Star Wars Battlefront 2. I can load it on my Vita literally right now with however slow my terrible internet feels like being today. But I'm glad that's getting ported. I'm glad that's going to be on there. I'm ecstatic about it, right? I can't wait. I hope it has trophy support. And, I want every game to have trophy support. I realize at some point that might not be a possibility. But anyways, yeah. So here's what they need to do outside of just, putting PS3 games on there. But they at least need to update the games list. I thought the games list would get updated like pretty regularly, but I held off until September, and I'm like, okay, they're probably gonna start putting stuff on here at least soon. And it's like, nope, there's just like, they brought back Sly and Ratchet, and like Extra gets all the cool stuff that Premium also gets, like, but it's like, this is like, there's no PS2. I get they're probably working on the emulator. There's no PS2, PSP, or PS1 games added since. I'm like, this is a little ridiculous. Because that was an extensive library, and I kind of paid it forward, just kind of thinking that I was like, okay, yeah, it's fine. I'm sure they'll eventually slowly get the library rolling. We'll get all the weird, stupid things that were on the PlayStation Store way back in the day. But we just haven't gotten much of any of that at all. I mean, there's Siphon Filter, but like, how many weeks can I play Siphon Filter? How many? And the answer is none, because I've never played it. But, my point still stands. But, here's some ideas. Maybe I know we got a lot on our plate for Sony. We're trying to do this with emulation, and we're already charging, and people, I feel like I've wasted my money. I'm not like too upset about it. It's like still $100 a year, which is like not that much money, but still, come on, dog. You gotta give me a bone. But, outside of PlayStation 3's titles being there, I think it'd be great if we could at least port some Vita games and then maybe add that into like the remaster old games collection, at least for play, or for people to play, because it's like, you know, Uncharted Golden Abyss would be like a fantastic thing for them to work on right now, or like to get out. You know, we already got Gravity Rush and we already got Tearaway Unfolded. Like, you know, that's great. But you know what else would be great? Unit 13, Killzone Mercenary, Freedom Wars. Is Persona 5 Golden added? I need to check. Xbox Series X. Anyways, yeah, Persona 4 Golden, you know, the relevant one, the one that people love. But yeah, that should definitely that should be there. I mean, come on, guys. And I think another thing they could do, if you want to add a little more value, if it's possible, maybe add some import games. I know. You gotta localize it. There's probably a lot of weird legal issues with the ESRB. I don't know how long or how much it costs to get games approved, especially if they're just not in English. But if that's something you can do, because people are already making, like, you know, foreign accounts and just buying stuff, maybe you guys don't want to do that, but like, it would just be neat to like go through a selection of cool games from another country, even if they're old, and be like, what's this? I can't read this, but this looks neat. And then just like, you know, play some random things. I know there's people who, you know, there's plenty of people that read Japanese in the US, and I know it's specific, or you could even, you know, there's tons of other countries that definitely have some sort of unique games or some weird localizations that, you know, maybe it'd just be fun. You know, like Nintendo does the thing where they have like the special versions of NES or SNES games, and sometimes they're like modded, sometimes they're whatever. But I think that's an interesting idea. But let me know what you guys think down in the comments below, and I'll see y'all later. Peace.